Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, we got a panel to discuss this horror movie classic by Monique and Lee Daniels called The Reading. I'm just bullshitting, but we're going to get through this movie. We're going to talk about what happened, why it happened. Do we know why it happened? That's the other thing we shall be discussing.
Why did we watch it?
Huh?
We know why it happened.
I was like, why did it happen, Kim?
Money.
Well, that's okay. Let's dig deeper. Like, I mean, that's a lot of things happen. Like
her husband's rich. He was a diamond guy. He did something wrong.
Something.
And, he did something suspect and to one of the clients, and then I guess she was going to lose money. So that's all that I could get from between the psychic chick saying what was going on in the conversation. Remember when she was saying. In the very beginning, she started talking. No, not the very beginning, but she was talking about.
I got you. When she started channeling the spirits.
She was talking there. She was having the conversation that Emma was having with her husband.
Okay,
you remember that part?
I did. I watched it again, and I thought that was actually Emma having a conversation that she was starting to go broke, and that's why she killed her family for the insurance money. So it wasn't very. Because it was a one-way conversation at that point. But
I thought it was the way she was talking. It sounded like she was talking to her husband.
No, I thought it was the other. I thought it was the husband. I thought she was channeling the husband being on the phone.
Yes,
talking to somebody.
Oh, okay.
Else,
okay.
Because the typewriter was going in his office, and it was like she was channeling him, and he was talking to somebody on the phone. Because he was like, "Why would I trust? Why would I have a plan B if I'm trusting a close friend that I had or whatever, whole life or whatever?" Yeah. So it didn't seem like a husband and wife conversation. It seemed like a conversation he was having with one of his friends that might have cheated him out of a deal or something like that. Yeah. And he didn't have any plan B and he was going to go broke or something because of that.
But she found out about it. Some kind of way she found out about it. And that's why she was killing them.
Again,
I do remember.
The fact we're going through this bullshit is my point. Because I was like, what, who's saying what and why? And then at one point she was channeling the daughter's text messages. And I'm like, how, what? And
it's because that night the daughter was texting, remember?
But then she was channeling like your favorite color. I'm like, if spirits have come back from being murdered, right?
Yeah.
Let's get to wife/mom murdered me. And we need to do something about this. Like, her favorite color is this, and she like to cook grits like this. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, she murdered us.
She said when they were there the first time, she was looking at the pictures and stuff. Then she was channeling, I guess, just the aura of the environment or the atmosphere. Then when she stepped away and she came back, she said, "Now, are you ready to fully connect?" And she was like, "Well, what was you doing before?"
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then that's when she actually started channeling actual spirits. When she came back and she was like, "We're gonna fully connect now."
So now she's feeling the room or some shit. That's what we're doing. Like, I mean,
that's what happened at the beginning. Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense
with the color and all of that type of stuff.
But Ashley said that she didn't tell her all of that stuff. She told her some stuff. So she must have been channeling something.
Yes. In fact, she actually told her fucking Ike Turner boyfriend, Gregory. I was texting Kim as I was watching this movie because I was mad as fuck. And I was like, Gregory needs to be murdered immediately. Because like this Ike Turner motherfucker.
Well, you kind of got your murdered.
Huh?
Wasn't he? He got shot in the chest and he's just walking around like,
how do you live in your best life? You got a bullet in your chest. Like, you need to be dead right now. Like,
he was a regular old boy from Your Honor, Eugene. He was a regular Eugene. Just somebody else's house after this.
He got shot in the shoulder. I'm just like, this don't make any sense, Gregory. Like, what girlfriend said, "I don't want to do this." He's like, "Yeah, baby, yeah, get your ass in there like I told you." And she's like, "Yes, daddy." Then
everybody gets work. Bring me my money.
And then everybody gets an equal cut of the money. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
That's what I'm.
You got somebody holding an iPhone. He gets an equal cut of the money. You got a medical assistant when you need medical help. She goes, "I don't know what the fuck's happening. Let's just see how this goes." I'm like, and you get an equal cut of the money. And then Ike Turner is like, "Look here, baby. I set all this shit up. So just do what I tell you to do. And we're going to be all right." because I need some money. So go make daddy happy. And she was like, okay, daddy. And I was like, what is happening? What is happening?
I got flashbacks of Set It Off.
Damn it. I was like,
Okay.
how'd you get there?
Huh? No, Set It Off when Jada Stoney, had to do whatever she had to do to get that money for her brother. That's why she went and did that job when she was hearing her mother next door.
All right, man. I'll let you do. Okay. I was mama stereotype. I was like, of course your mommy ain't shit and you ain't got a daddy because you black.
Different world.
I was like,
She's
damn.
from different world. That was a homegirl from different world.
It was.
Charlene. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I'll
I
pay the
thought
bills.
the random
I'll
ass
pay the
black
bills.
dude sitting outside was gonna be the daddy, but then I said she black. She can't have a daddy. I
I'll
was
pay
like,
the bills.
But why does she have to be a prostitute? I'm like, come on, now. She couldn't have a regular job.
what else you expect? Hey, everybody's hustling something. Oh, right. She was like, I'm about to go get some dick. I'm about to suck some dick so I can pay this rent. So what are you about to do? Well, I'm about to go do what daddy told me to do so I can pay the rent. So we're all working for men, just different ways. Just different ways.
I'm like, why is
Obviously.
it you kept a secret from her mother? Like, the mother would rather prostitute herself than her daughter use psychic abilities. They have to explain that to me. Like, why?
Why is it?
Apparently it might kill her.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you channel the wrong person, you can have a heart attack and die.
Well, see, so then, but it started off as if this is all a hustle. Because that first
Yeah,
was
it
like,
did.
what
It did.
what spirit? What? You gotta give up all your money, white man.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Because you're white, that means you got money. Let's
Mhm.
Why were they giving it to a fund? Why they told them to give it to a fund rather
They
than
probably made up some
Yeah, they
fake
probably- yeah, they
nonprofit
made it
to
up.
donate.
Yeah.
to.
That wasn't
Yeah.
real. That wasn't real. No. They can cut that money.
No,
But hold up.
yeah.
Also, racism. I love how Lee Daniels and Monique said this black woman with black kids, the only way her husband could be rich in diamond market is that he's white. I just felt like it was odd that they were like, he couldn't be black too. Like nobody
really,
would think
nigga?
that.
Really?
Yes, absolutely,
No.
really. Like I was like, that makes it like he could have
I
been
think
black.
you're doing
To me,
this
it
right
just was
now.
an interracial couple. I mean,
David, you're
there's
doing this.
tons of
You're
them
doing
on
this.
TV
I'm
now.
not. This happens.
This is
a
what
lot.
Dave was doing. Dave was just reaching. Dave
This
was just
happens
reaching.
a lot. There was no.
I don't
does.
think it was
Okay.
racism at all. I
It's
don't.
It
not
was.
racist.
I
It's
agree
not.
with David. It was
Thank
racist.
you.
You
No,
always
see-
agree with David when it
I
comes to
know,
racism.
right? Anytime there's any racism,
I
thank
just-
you, Kim. It's like, what in the
Ah.
world? And then you know damn well if the guy was black, y'all would try to find something was like, oh, that was
No,
racist. You
if it
wanna
was
kill him
black, they
first.
would have said he was a drug dealer, Chris, and then they would have been up in arms.
Only
about
if he
that.
was a drug dealer.
Yes. The black
No,
father
that's
wasn't
not
even
Kim
this
one. That
guy's
wasn't the route I
life.
was gonna go with.
White
I would have
father
been like,
was
oh,
in
so
the
of course
life.
he'd be the first one to kill. She kills.
I was like, I told Kim, I was like, black Ike Turner needs to die. And it's like, then he got shot, and then but he was still alive. I was like, oh shit, never mind. I guess I was wrong because he somehow survived the whole movie. I was like, what? How's this? What? Like, anyway,
I submit to your point that if the husband, being to the fact that the husband was white, right? That's just fact of the movie, right? That's why she had to kill them kids. Because I'm like, if there were no kids
Okay, let's
in there,
discuss
I
this.
think people would have been okay with it. People would have been just like,
What's-
when the big reveal came, it'd be like, oh, okay, she killed the white husband. Okay.
I don't get it.
With the kid, she killed the kids. It was like, oh, now she's a monster, and now we're scared of her like she's the big boogeyman because she did something horrific. But if she just killed the husband, yeah, it's BT plus. We can live with that.
So are you saying we don't care because he's white?
yeah.
I
That's
care.
what
I think
Jamani's
he's a
saying.
person.
That's a very common thing too.
Damn,
also.
Jamani's basically saying that white people are lower
What?
beings. That's what Jamani's basically saying. White people are lower beings. Is that what you're saying, Jamani?
No,
want
I
this
was
on
saying
record.
we are more comfortable with the idea. Hustlers, for example, that was a shit movie. But I noticed that all their quote victims were straight white men. So you didn't feel bad that they were stealing these fuckers' money. And one guy killed his fucking self. I was
Who
like,
is this? Oh,
Dexter.
I didn't watch it.
Dexter, all his new victims, straight white men, except for the random cop, and that's what got him murdered. I'm
No,
like,
he also got a Hispanic dude. I mean, no, but they
In the new
anybody that does bad shit needs to die and stuff. What are you talking about?
New Dexter, not the new
New
blood,
Dex-
not
Oh, well, yeah, they put him in a town where there's no black people that was
And
even
that's-
there. So you're right. There you go.
and that's that bullshit. Anyway, point is, I just felt that there was a vibe. Also, other rich person again was a straight white man at the beginning of the show. Rich, just a coincidence he had to be white. Anyway, point is, I like the actress right here. Like I like Sky's like physical acting when she was like being possessed. I thought that was kind of
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
There was some good parts of this movie. I really like the fact that she committed.
There was.
I really did like that.
No, they needed some.
I mean, that was an
serious
okay part, but this movie by no stretch of the imagination was good, sir. This
No,
it just was
I thought it
not.
was good.
You know, it needed a rewrite, like to the complete what I thought it was going to go to,
Please.
and I was hoping what was happening was when these girls were caught or were like running around. I was hoping that like maybe the visions of the dead kids and the husband was going to help the girls.
Yes,
that's what they should have done.
Yes.
Or maybe they would have been possessed by the husband and then be like, "Oh, I know her secret," or "I know how to like take her down." I thought that's the route they were going to take, and they just let it just go. And I'm like, damn, y'all missed a huge opportunity right there. You know what I mean? And instead, y'all just running from this crazy woman who can't count bullets, apparently. You know what I mean?
Like, hey, that's every action movie, though.
And then why was the bullets
That's
in
my
her
question about
titties?
the ending is that was
she's old.
possessing the girl at the end? With like, I don't understand. Because it seems like there was some sort of possession that happened.
Monique possessed her.
That's what it was.
Monique possessed her as she was dying, which is that bullshit. Because like, so that vein that if you saw the vein on her forehead soon when it cut to black, that was supposed to be Monique's spirit, like going into her, going into Sky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like That's it's real quick. That's why she sounded just like Monique when she was stuttering at the same fucking talk show that Monique was on, to be like, how did you escape? I just did. And then they like zoomed in on her face. Like, so yeah, she was supposed to be possessed. Yeah.
Okay. So was Monique possessed from the beginning? Because like you see the figures.
She was not
in. So I'm saying, was she, when she said, Alexa turned down, what did she become possessed?
No.
And do all of that stuff?
That was all. No, she made that shit up. She made it up.
Yeah.
Those 4 black dudes or whatever, they were made up.
Yeah. The whole point, like they showed you the scene again where it was her doing it. Like as she was
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying
another twist, another missed opportunity. I thought what was going to happen was those four people that broke in the house. I thought it was going to turn out to be those kids later on. I thought like. But I thought it was gonna be like, was it Tales from the Hood or whatever? Where it's like you find out at the very end, the guys that shot the dude in the very beginning wound up actually being the guys that's part of the like.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then at the same time, I also thought like, well, why would they go back into the house?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I guess that wouldn't make sense. But still, I think that would have still been a better
story. But I like your possession thing, because that's what I thought. I thought like, especially as she's killing Sky, particularly at that moment. Like each one of them come back to her. So she has to basically kill her family again. Like she's killing her daughter again, like she's killing her son again, and like she's killing her husband. That's what I thought. So then we understand that somehow she gets possessed by Monique, right? Because then we've seen it. Like we've seen her, like what happens. But like none of that shit happened. Like I thought, like you said, everything, I thought exactly what you said. Without that, she didn't have to be super powered. She could just showed up, said she was an amateur investigator, figured out it was her. Then she locks down the whole house and kills everybody. What was her escape plan? How she was going to explain that shit?
And why them? Like, why in particular these guys? Like, what? Like, you had a girlfriend, I guess, randomly. Like, why couldn't you just kill her? And just like, did she just want bodies? I didn't understand. What was the motive of even getting these kids to begin with?
Okay, so she said that she was writing a book. And she wanted to include this whole BS reading in there, and she thought that it was fake.
She could just write that shit.
Actually real.
Well, actually, it was the sister-in-law that did most of that. Actually, she's the one that hired them. So like, it was her idea, and then that's why I can't understand the math of if they're going to pay us $25,000, we can easily get 100. I'm not sure how that works out, but
I was trying to figure that one out.
Because they're rich
I think they were trying to barter. I thought they were trying to barter. Maybe that's what it was.
But I mean, it just like, I mean, just Ike Turner's math, which is a bit off. But I thought
that they were gonna find something that they could, like, some sort of way, like they could scam, like whether it's bank accounts or something like that, so they could get the rest of the money.
I mean, it just seemed weird that he was like, we can go for 25 to 100. But anyway, yeah, like the sister-in-law hired them. And then and so again, the original story kind of makes sense. I'm gonna blame it on
you mean a girlfriend or sister-in-law? Was it sister-in-law?
Sister-in-law. The white woman. The white woman. Actually, that was a sister-in-law.
Oh, you know what?
Thought it was the girlfriend.
I thought it was a girlfriend. Yeah, because she kept saying honey in the beginning. So I mean, at the thing. So I was like, damn, she went from one white person to another. Okay, never mind.
Oh, you thought they were lesbians?
Yeah, I thought she turned
Oh.
lesbian after her white husband died. I thought she did. No joke. She called her honey. She's like, "Come in, honey." She said
how
honey.
That's
how-
just
So
the
that's
way
why
she
I
talks.
went there.
That's how confusing it was. We're like,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know
it
y'all
really
relationship.
was.
And we're
Bullshit.
confused.
Is now starting to make sense. Okay,
I-
holy shit.
I actually love Monique's like immediate turn to psycho murderer. Like it was hilarious to me. Like, and then the way she shot fucking Ike Turner like immediately and didn't even look at it, like pop, and she just kept it moving. I was like, all right.
But
Hey,
what about,
another
what about
rewrite.
the buttons? What about the buttons on the security thing? Okay, now me and Monique are about the same age, right? Them buttons was huge.
Yes.
It was like, so nobody peeped the
Yeah.
code.
The code. They're
Like-
all watching her. They're
Yes.
all watching her. And
Yes.
Black goes,
Yeah.
one,
Nobody peeped the code,
one,
and the
seven,
buttons were this
seven.
big.
right? And then they just watch it like, I wonder what she's doing. How
Yeah.
about we get the fuck out? Like,
Bulletproof, and then the bulletproof windows things is kind of funny because
Yeah, because
that's not they don't give that for residential homes. Like, I don't care how much money you have, they don't just give you a residential, and you know what I mean. Like, they can give you shatter resistance,
all right.
which is where you can't just use your fist and open it, but you just still take a hard object, break a freaking window. It's just a little bit harder to open,
And you out.
but
You
yeah, yeah.
No,
Wouldn't that be a
no,
fire
wait.
hazard?
that door was like a panel door. There's no way you can get bulletproofing in that like door to go to like the backyard or the patio that they had. There's wood in between each of the paneling. You can easily just throw something through it, break the wood, and all of the paneling will come out. The bulletproof is too heavy to go in those slots.
It makes sense. Yeah.
So
that does
Jamani
make
bringing
sense.
science into this, but I like
Yeah,
it.
I know, right?
He's like, Mr. Winston here is like, this don't make no damn sense. I was like, it's just, it was offended. I was offended by how silly the shit is. Because
Another missed opportunity. Another missed opportunity is maybe they
Terrence
could have made
Howard
it where,
showing up as a mailman.
yeah, who has the worst peripherals ever? You know what I mean? The worst peripherals ever. He's like,
If you're
you
a
don't-
mailman, right?
Yeah.
You should always have your peripheral, like, because there could be dogs.
A dog could be coming.
It could be
Yeah,
like
I know,
that
right?
guy who just got robbed. Remember the post guy who got robbed? I can't remember where, but he got robbed. I'm like, it's no way that guy did not see them like
Yeah,
banging on the window. Like, that was just ridiculous.
yeah, that was a little much.
I mean, I love her running like she was in Get Out. Like, she was like, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, that. She trained for that because her old dad. I was like, there's no way in the world she's that for. But she was like,
Well, I mean, she works out every day. She does it on her channel. She does that whole dance thing.
Chris.
She does her exercise. She does seriously. Her trainer. They do a dance.
I'm sorry, you
together on
just
YouTube.
you just walk into the shower or to the fridge, or you walk in the car. You said she works at. Okay, all right.
She
all
does.
right.
That's how she works out. She does a dance. They do like
She does
all
dance.
the latest dances and stuff. That's her workout. That's what
I'm
she
pretty
does.
sure her daddy does make her dance. Yeah. So.
But daddy's there too sometimes. If you
Like-
if you
like-
want to
like
change
how they do
What
Jean Marie
is
in kindergarten?
happening?
Like those
What
was
little- those
was
little-
daddy the reason why she refused to kiss that white man? Maybe that because I noticed that. I was
about
like,
it.
well, she's no longer in
I
an
was
open
thinking.
marriage, so maybe that's what it is.
Why do we care?
We don't.
no, but you know what? No, because it's Monique, and she is the type of person that critiques everyone. So now
okay,
Uno
Chris.
reverse.
But
Uno
I like,
reverse on her.
I
Like, you know
love.
what I mean?
I texted Kim because I was like, why is her stuttering different? She can't.
That was terrible.
But no, it's brilliant because then you realize it was all an act anyway. Like she wasn't even hurt. Like I was like, oh shit, they
So
wrote it.
brilliant.
Yeah, but her stuttering stopped. It was okay. The stuttering got better and better and better and better.
Yes,
Why didn't it just stop?
I was like, I still.
That was
It was
ridiculous.
a lot of
Yeah, and then
but I
someone
like
just said,
the
like-
idea of like it wasn't even real in the first place. Like she was making the whole.
But I
thing-
like that part. But
Yeah.
the way she did it was ridiculous.
It was an Abbott.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
I
fuck?
think she was doing it. I think it's the fact that like when you're doing something for so long, it's hard to like break out of it. Like, you know, like if you're faking a limp or something like that, it's like you like
Then you
you
also
train
feel like you
yourself
always
to
have a
do
limp.
it automatically.
But
And it's like,
Jamani, this
gotta-
is her job, literally
as a teacher,
her
as
job
an actor,
to
as an actor.
pretend
Yeah,
to do
no,
this.
I'm not saying her as an actor. I'm saying the character in the movie.
but she's saying as an actor, she should be able to keep it consistent.
Yes,
so we
keep
could
it
be like,
consistent. and
yeah,
going.
she should have. She should have. She should have.
That's
Can
her
we
job.
also point out that whatever cops they had in that in that area were the worst, because if
Yes.
she killed all of them, you telling me these 4 random people that she probably told the cops about, like there was nothing they could see that could just dispute what she talked about. They were like, there's no sign of a break-in, nothing. Like
Maybe
like
it's
randomly.
racism. It was a white. The father was white, so
Especially
the
because of
racism is
that.
a white family.
Especially
with-
because a white guy died, they should have been extra like paying
Yeah,
attention.
yeah, we got to
Any
put on
basic,
racism.
I mean, any basic story would have been, the detective would have been like, who benefits from the murder? That's murder one.
Well, that's common
Yes,
sense.
that is forensic
Yeah.
files. Like, you know what I mean?
Like
That is-
Murder She Wrote would have been like,
Yeah.
if you get all the money and somehow you're the only one left alive, you either
Yes.
you either did it or you set this up.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, how did she even beat up her own face? Like, how did she like? I mean, what, she just
cut
hit
up her
the side of the table?
she cut off her pinky and was still making shit
Yeah,
happen.
that makes sense, right? Because I'm gonna kill all 3 of your family members, but I'm only gonna just cut your
Finger off.
your
'Cause
little finger off. That makes
I'm
perfect
leaving
sense.
you alive to tell the tale of what we did here, even though we had
Yeah.
no.
And then the cops are like, "Well, I buy it. Sorry,
I buy it.
sorry
But
for
then
your
the
loss."
fact that Sky was like, "You're probably gonna get away with this." No, you're not, because this doesn't make any fucking sense. You
At
locked
all.
everybody- Like, there's no way you can excuse this. I
Yeah.
mean, the Asian dude was hilarious. The woman hanging out in the cabinet was hilarious. Every murder was hilarious. But we got to get to Freddy Krueger, because I was like, hilarious. When Kim
Remember,
told me
did I text you? I
you
thought I
did,
texted you.
and I didn't believe you. I was like, "What do you mean?" And then I was like, "That's Freddy Krueger right there." I
Yes.
was like,
I couldn't
That was
believe
trick-
she
that-
did it.
That was straight up Monique ad-libbing like that, and then the whole knife hitting the gun.
She did
thing.
her
I'm like,
stand-up, Chris. She did a stand-up in the middle of a horror movie. I was like, what is happening right now?
crazy.
Like,
This is Lee Daniels. He saw Precious and he said, "This is a horror movie. Let's take
Let's take-
that."
Let's take it to the next level. It's like we take this to the next level.
Because like instead of a frying pan, she's got a knife now.
I was entertained. I ain't gonna lie. I watched it. I was like, once I lowered my
David.
expectations to shit, I was like, hilarious.
Another better rewrite is if
Please.
those 4 people that broke into the house were real, right?
Mm.
Maybe one of them gets killed in the house, right? Trying to defend her family. Maybe she kills him, and then the turn is like when they're doing a seance, that guy that she killed in her house possesses her, and then she starts going in a rampage
All right,
to kill him.
all right, all
And
right.
That would have still
yeah,
been better.
That could have worked.
That would have still
All right.
been better.
All
You
right.
know?
And then
know?
somehow he jumps to Sky, and then he like gets away. Like,
Yeah, or something. Yeah, and then it would be like Denzel Washington's movie Fallen.
oh, remember?
Like
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
You
I-
know?
It
And
didn't make
did
a
like-
lot of sense, but it was a good movie.
I did like the fact that the killer won in the end.
Yeah.
I like that, because I just knew those two girls were gonna kill her and be done with it. And the fact that both of them got murdered, I was like, hilarious. I was like, I did not see that coming.
I didn't understand the clothes thing, but they was like, "Oh, this clothes will work," and I thought they were going to use the clothes to like beat her down, and then she just used her fist. I'm like, that was a waste. Like, you know what I mean? What were they trying to do with the clothes? I'm confused.
I don't. Let's
What
not.
was the point?
Let's not do that.
All that
There's
for
not a lot
nothing.
of points to this. It was just, it was.
And then was those tears coming out her bullet hole? Was that a tear?
Yo.
Those tears?
Do
What
you
was it?
notice? I watched it again. She's alive, right? You could see her pulse, like in her neck. Like they focused on her face too much, because like right here, I was like, it was like, boop, boop. I was like, she's alive. Like I can see it. I was like, stop it. I was like, stop it. Like cover up her neck or something, or just focus on her face.
You know, this is BT Plus, right? I mean,
I'm just saying. I was like, damn it. I was like, you're doing this too long. But like once she like got shot in the face and she was slumped out, I was like, just focus on her face. That's it. I was like, okay. And then somehow the spirits, she knows how to float to another part. I'm like, what the fuck?
I literally did not pay attention to that. And like I said, the second time I watched it, I didn't get to that far. But I did not know. I didn't pay attention to that the first time I watched it.
And so
That's
if the vein is consistent of possession, right? Then she
Mhm.
should have been possessed by one of the family members the second time around. And I was like, so that's
That's
why.
what
like,
that's what we're saying. That's what I was saying. Like that's where it should have went.
yeah, of
And they
course.
just decided not to. You know?
Absolutely. I mean, because
Like
especially
that-
like you said, when she went from room to room, and like you
Right.
said, all that would have made sense.
Yeah. It's like
like
you know,
13
it's
ghosts, but
weird.
different.
I mean, hell, the only reason why we even know that she was a legit psychic to begin with is because of that beginning scene, like with the white boy, and then the
Oh,
random
and then they
boy.
showed the transparent hand of the mother.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's when I knew it was real because I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is real.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I was thinking like, okay, like this is where like even maybe the teenage girl is gonna jump into her body and be like, Mama, you need to stop or something like that. And it'll distract Monique long enough to be like, oh my God, baby girl, I'm sorry. And then boom. And then,
but she don't need to jump into the body because that scene showed you that there was physical manifestations of the ghost, right? Because they heard the steps, they heard the typing, like they could, she was just a channel to get them into the real world or some shit. So they could have helped out with that. And then and maybe one of them possessed her.
And do like a Home Alone thing where they just like trip her up while she's running, like oops, you know what I mean?
Why she running?
Sorry, Marv. So
she's like,
but I gotta give it to her. Monique was moving.
She was.
I was like, you go, girl.
But she was standing there saying, "You got to come down the stairs. So why the fuck am I chasing y'all? Like, you just
the only place that has Wi-Fi."
I was like, oh, what's up?
Didn't she say something about like the whole house? Like the whole house, there's like no Wi-Fi and how you gonna be that rich? And then that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
No, but she said something about Wi-Fi too.
Some houses like that where it's
I know about cell service
zone, so you have to get an extender. Or an
well, no, I
understand
this. I understand. What I'm saying is the cellular thing makes sense because I've been to places like that. The Wi-Fi thing doesn't make sense because if you already have like basically they essentially said there was no Wi-Fi when we have seen in previous in the first scene when the girl, her daughter, and then her husband is upstairs typing away on the computer.
True.
Different areas of the house, and I'm just
like the Wi-Fi stuff when she added.
I can dispute that because you can take out Wi-Fi at any time.
Yeah. That's Stacey got one like that. That was before she turned her house into a prison. So like
turned her house into a Faraday cage. So there is.
And she was waiting for this moment.
You need a good signal for a router. So if you got everything tapped out, like everything is blocked. And also she could have turned it off. We don't know, but I'm just saying it needs a good signal in order to work. And some houses are like that, where it's like.
But you notice she also said that only this spot right here it worked, which means she must have turned left something on it. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
you said that about cell service.
Why turn off all of them except for one?
The reason why that in that one spot. No. But the reason why that one spot, the closer you are to a window, is the better you're going to get a signal. So that's why she's right there by the door. So but
if it's a Wi-Fi, it's already coming from inside. So it doesn't matter if it's coming from the outside or not.
The Wi-Fi comes from outside, sir. It doesn't come from inside.
No. Yeah, but it is a wire that goes to your router, right? It goes to a modem, actually. It goes to your modem, which is inside, and your modem to your router. The router itself allows you to wirelessly transmute everything through your devices. That's why it's called Wi-Fi, right?
Well, I am an actual technician for Cox Communications,
and you know what? I've been using the Wi-Fi for the last 20. I mean, I know you might be doing that, but what I'm saying is
I've been doing it for 19.
Okay, but I'm saying
but the majority of people know that
cell service.
Really, the baby
in that particular scene.
She said
cell service.
To Jamani's point, they were talking about cell service because she's trying to make a phone call.
Right, I said cell service is fine. What I'm saying is Wi-Fi part did not make any sense.
It's a lot of things about this shit didn't make any sense. Like fuck, like this is not the movie that we need to be dying on this hill with the technology shit. I'm just like, it was a lot of things fucked up with this movie. Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities. We all agree with the plot, or at least we agree that there was a lot of missed opportunities, and like
a lot.
Exactly. So we are okay with that.
Like, why couldn't she have needed the money? Like if we're going back to set it off, couldn't her scholarship have fallen through and she needed money for school? Why did we have to bring her mother being a prostitute into that? Why did that need to be a thing at all?
Stereotypes.
Yeah, exactly. It was no need for her mother to be a prostitute at all. Why couldn't her mother just be working like 2 jobs or something? Or working at McDonald's or Wendy's. If you're gonna give her a low-paying job, why does she have to be selling her body? I was like, what is?
Because she went for her to become a doctor so she can get her out of there,
out of the life. I don't know,
yeah.
But
your mom. If your mom works at McDonald's or Wendy's or something, you could still do the same thing, right?
Not if your name was Lucille.
Stop. He's like,
she's the whole daughter to become a doctor. You know how long it takes to become a doctor from high school?
Yeah, at least 8-9 years.
Well, it's not hard for her. All she would have to do is just kill a doctor, have the doctor possess her, and boom, she good.
Well, also she's in college. So I'm not sure what what. Like I mean, they were college students. So I mean, she was actually working on her doctorate. I mean, working on her degree. So I mean, but it just takes a while. All right. Anything else for the movie, Jemani? We're wrap this shit up and get some else.
No, that's pretty much it. That TV show scene, that talk show, that was the most low budget talk show I've like. They could have just had you saw like the Gayle King R. Kelly thing, where it's just a light, and this is the one-on-one interview. Why did they have to make such a low budget? It was like the set is only as wide as the camera lens. It was like
Monique's
plus.
Monique's salary took up most of the budget. They had to put the money where they could.
Yes.
I mean,
why did the beginning scene with it was like she was away for like 2 years and came back. Like nobody greets their whole family one by one like that. Like what type of we're trying to pretend that they're a loving family. Like just threw up red flags for me immediately.
It was a lot of things going on.
Was this Lee Dan like because they said her and Lee Daniels like made up or whatever. This is Lee Daniels like, yeah, right. I'm still not over it, bitch. I'm gonna give you the worst role ever. And then like this
that's what I said.
That's what Kim said. I was about to say that's what Kim said.
That's what I said. I was like, you know what? He's fulfilled his obligation to her. She wanted a movie. He gave her a movie.
You got a movie.
She came to the premiere this time, right? So he's done. Yeah, she promoted it. Because that's what the whole issue was. Precious. She wouldn't promote it. So this time
her role here was supposed to be Octavia Spencer originally, right? Or was that the other movie that was on Netflix?
I don't know.
Octavia Spencer was supposed to have this role. Luckily, Spencer said no.
Did you see that movie, Mom?
Oh, no, not Mom.
Oh my God, that was a crazy ass movie. It was not good by any stretch of the imagination, but it was crazy. It was crazy.
She's a hidden figure. Okay. She's a hidden figure.
I mean, I love Octavia Spencer. I do, but that movie, oh my gosh, she was crazy. I was like, yeah. She did a better job than Monique, though.
But yes, because this is all over the place. No one could have said this.
I'm sorry. That whole knife and gun thing, I can't get over the whole let's go, motherfucker. Come on, bitch. Yeah. And how many times did Jesse say bitch? He's like, we're gonna beat that bitch down. And then we're gonna beat that bitch down. And then we're gonna beat that bitch. I'm like, how many times you gotta say it? Like, yes, you're gonna beat her down.
But that tells you she's doing it off the dome. Yeah. It's like, what are you? Her stand up. Stop doing this. Just. It was a horrible movie.
And were y'all thinking Harlem Nights? Were y'all thinking Harlem Nights too? When homegirl like plumped her and she turned around, I was like, oh, you want to hit people with trash cans?
I like that.
She replayed the Harlem Nights scene in that Pastor Courvoisier music video where she played Delarice.
Did she? Yeah. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen that music video.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Really?
When Pastor Courvoisier, they did the Harlem Nights thing.
Yeah,
I don't remember it. And you know what? Now that you say that, I do remember it taking place. Like the music video was like a 1930s type look, but I didn't know they were doing Harlem Nights.
They actually cut like the video and actually did the scene in the alley the same way. And she was.
Oh shit! I did not see it.
Wow, that's right.
I did. Yeah.
Isn't it? That's Jay-Z, right?
Busta Rhymes and Diddy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Stacy laughs. Stacy's like,
I got mixed up.
It's fine. You can't tell these black rappers apart. It's fine. I get it. I don't know what video y'all are talking about.
I can tell them apart. Trust me.
Diddy and Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
The only thing they got in common is that they're both from New York. That's it.
Anyway,
Jay-Z looks like a horse, and Busta Rhymes doesn't.
I was like, anyway, time has not been good to them. But
a camel's better. He looks like a camel.
Kim, anything else for
No, this movie was horrible. Monique did, I guess she did her best, but this was horrible. So I'm saying don't trust Lee Daniels anymore. How about we don't do that?
Let's not do that.
Now Oprah will give her something, and it's gonna be even worse.
Well, let's hope somebody gives her something. I can't wait to see her special to hear all that she's gonna air everybody out. I can't wait.
Wait, who is that on Netflix?
Monique on Netflix, yeah.
So Netflix decided to do a deal with her after?
Yeah. Oh, she got her deal.
How much?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look it up, but she got her deal.
Settlement.
She got her deal.
We are doing we gotta do a video on Monique.
Because I can't wait to hear what she got to say.
A lot of things going on. Come on, we gotta get moving. Stacey, anything else for the movie?
The kids were terrible casting. The little one, he was too young. And
He
then
was
the other
cute
one,
though.
That's
He was
right.
so
That's
cute.
right. That's right. That's right. I forgot. Yeah.
and like Jamani said, it's just weird for your mom to come home. You're like, oh my God, tell me I'm your favorite. Like, what? No.
I thought she was returning from a trip, Stacey.
I thought she was the grandmother coming to visit her grandkids.
Wow. Are we trying to say because she has gray hair that she looks
Yes.
old?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought
That's
that
exactly what we're saying.
People have premature gray.
I
was
had
like,
to
they
dye
could
my
adopt it.
grays, okay? But whatever. She looked too old to be those kids' mother. I'm just saying.
But people do have premature gray. My dad went told
And
me
the
gray at
husband looked
21.
old as shit too. They
Also
both
true.
look
But they're old as fuck. Like I
hell.
thought they were adopted or something, and I was like, this
Exactly.
biological kids. I was like,
They
this
could have been
Right.
grandkids. They could
They
have been
should have been.
grandkids.
They should have
They
been, and that would have
should
been a
have
more
been the
tragic
grandkids.
story. That would have been a more tragic story. She killed her grandkids. We got that. Anyway, guys, Miss Sharon, thanks so much for hanging out with us. This movie had a lot of things going on, and we had a lot of things to talk about apparently. But let's get to some of this other stuff we got to do going on today. I don't know what's next. Godfather of Harlem.
Godfather.
Is that what I said? All right, let's do
God
that.
damn that.
Godfather of Harlem or this silly. Damn it, I hate that show.
Or Your Honor.
Huh?
Oh,
You hate
Your
Godfather
Honor.
Harlem?
Your Honor or Godfather?
Both.
Both.
I gotta say your. Let's see what I said in my list.
Your Honor's
Okay,
probably worse.
I gotta check.
Godfather has got to be the worst.
Godfather-
No. Your Honor, I think, is the worst, especially with this episode, man.
No,
That
no,
was-
no. Godfather.
Your
Harlem.
Honor, to me,
Godfather-
I actually thought it was better. This
Godfather
episode
Harlem
was
was-
better than Godfather Harlem.
Yeah, far worse. Godfather. They took history rewriting
Worse than
to a
Your
whole
Honor?
fucking level. Like this. This is
That is true.
ridiculous. This is absolutely. It's a shame what they did to history. Like they shouldn't even.
But we are,
history.
no.
Okay.
We
I'll give
no,
you
you
that.
can't go there because they already told you that this is not based on history.
You might as well have. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. So let's